Okay, hi Mary. Sorry for that rough intro. I don't think I'll edit it out. I'm not. I mean, maybe I'll edit it out. It's just easier to upload to my phone than it is to load it onto my computer. Um, Process it into the editing software, and then edit it out for 2 or 3 seconds, and yada yada yada. Because then it has to render after that. Oh my god, why is there traffic on this road? Hey, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay. So, this road is full of jackasses, apparently. Where it's a narrow road. You're not. What are you doing, lady? She nearly opened her door, like right into my car. Like I wasn't that far away, and she like whips it open, and then she like looks over and sees me, and she's like, "Oh, I better stop that." It's absolutely. Okay, sorry. This is a rougher start than I wanted. It's what's today? Friday. Today's Friday, I think. Sorry, my days are mixed up because hey, I have no schedule. Friday, and I don't have any plans, so I am going to the library. I'm not. What are you? What are you? Ah! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I've got a little bit of road rage. Okay, I'm tired of people driving that aren't looking where they're going. I'm making a goddamn video, and they're paying less attention than I am. I mean, god damn. 2 people have almost crashed into me. That was a truck that was backing up. It was like one of those big pedophile vans with no windows on the side, and he pulls into someplace and he starts backing up, but he doesn't have the right of way to back up because he's pulled into a street, and so I'm still going, and he starts backing up and he's about to hit me, so I honked at him and flicked him off. That is proper driving etiquette if you're not aware. In America, is if someone does something stupid like that, you flick them off, and if you don't flick them off, then and then it's proper etiquette for them to flick you off for not flicking them off. So yeah, giving the finger, it was absolutely required of me. You couldn't see it, but I did it. I don't know how well this is framed because I'm using the back camera instead of the front camera because accidents happen. But maybe you saw my angry face there. See, I've had let's see, 4 drives with you, and then this one. So this is 1 out of 5 times apparently is how many drives it takes to for someone to do something stupid and piss me off. Which I mean, absolutely temporary piss off. Or I just don't want to get hit. Surprise, you know. Yeah, but I'm going to the library. I have my messenger bag because my parents got me that when they went on their road trip, and in it I have your notebook and some pens and papers and Strunk and White, which is a composition guide. If you don't know, it's a very famous one. It talks about grammar and basic sentence structure and etc. And I'm going to the library to look at more structure guides and composition things. So I figure I need to improve my craft. I wanted them to have Yves, Yves, Lambardier, I think his name is. He's a French guy. He's a French director. I don't know if he's still alive or still active, but I think so. My car is making a weird noise. I hope it's fine. Sorry, I was listening. But he's a French director, and he wrote this style book that I read, like the basics of, like the basically the main points of it, and that's where I learned about like 3-act structures versus 4-act. Well, it's not really 4-act; it's 4 parts. It's because Act 2 is split into 2 parts, so that it doesn't get boring. That person was driving slow, so I had to go in front of them because otherwise I'd just be waiting forever for them. And people need to drive the proper speed limit. You don't drive too fast. You don't drive too slow. You drive whatever it is. Because if you drive too slow, then people are like, they're expecting you to be driving faster, and you're not. You're driving slower. So they're waiting for you when they shouldn't be waiting. They should just be going. And yeah. So yeah, I'm going to the library. This will be a short video, but I'll make one on the way back too. And apparently I've got some road rage today. Not really. I mean, only that I don't want to get hit. Is that really so absurd? That almost getting hit twice within a minute is making me a little annoyed with drivers. It's Friday. It's summer. A lot of people are driving. It's 11:20. So yeah, my car is making a weird noise. My parents are home. I used to enjoy Fridays because my mom would have Fridays off, and we would park with Lady. We would get something for lunch. Yeah. But now that my dad's home, I don't know. It feels more oppressive some way. Not like he's being oppressive or anything. It's just like stifling atmosphere where you can't really. I don't know. I mean, I know it sounds crazy to you, but talking to my dad is just the worst thing in the world for me. Yeah. The other day, my mom asked me, "So you've been home for a while. What are you going to do now?" And she didn't like her softest, most "I don't want to upset you" voice, but she did that because she knows that what she's asking is implying that I have not been doing shit since coming home, and she didn't want me to get upset that she's implying that. She knows that I will get upset. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of people at the library. I did not expect that many. Maybe they're at the church, but it's hard to tell. Sci-Fi Book Club, August 18th, 6 p.m. Sweet. I'm not going to that. I don't know why I said sweet. But yeah. Let's park over here, away from these people. I kind of want to have my car looked at. It was just looked at like a month ago. It's making a weird noise. But yeah, so I don't even know what I was saying before. She was asking me, what am I doing now? And I walked away. Like, I didn't want to have that conversation of, you don't know what the hell I'm doing when you're not home. So, don't act like you do. Because that's annoying. It's annoying when people see you for these small windows, and yet they judge you based on what you're doing in those windows. If you're relaxing during those windows, when I'm going downstairs and getting soda or a snack or something, or food. I mean, if she's going to logically conclude everything that I'm doing based on those tiny windows where I'm getting food or soda, then she must be assuming that I'm 900 pounds and toothless, because that must be what I'm always doing. I mean, it sounds absurd because it is. She assumes that when she sees me, I'm not doing anything, that I'm not doing anything anywhere else. And so it's not true. I filled out 2 applications, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. I contacted the people who were supposed to contact me, and they said they're starting a new editing season, so they're hiring editors now, and they're once they have work for me, yada yada yada. All that. But anyway, I better go in before I make this too long. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you all day. And I actually want to do some work. So it's a good distraction from not being able to talk to you. And this isn't as fun. Talking one on one, or not one on one, just me one-sided talking, because I prefer our back and forth. Yeah. Okay. Well, love you. I'll see you in a second, apparently, because I'm going to edit these together. So, yeah. Love you. Bye. And I'm back. Um, I was there for, let's see, what time is it? It's 1:07, so I got in about 11:20, so about 2 hours, hour 50 minutes. I was pretty consistently studying the whole time. Yeah, I studied 2 chapters, and I flipped through a few others, because the beginning chapters were about like finding creativity and yada yada yada, and what triggers a story and the creative process and blah blah blah. Like a lot of people who, from the get-go, they're admitting we have no idea. Like that's honestly what they did. But then the chapters I studied were about characterization, and I wrote down a lot of exercises that they suggest doing in the back, which, I mean, a lot of them are things that I know and things that I do already, but things I could do better, obviously. It's all about getting better. I did a terrible job parking, by the way. I'm like really crooked. Luckily, there's no one near me. It's pretty empty. When I first got in there were a lot of school children, which surprised me. I guess school hasn't started yet, but it's still not. It's the middle of the day. I wasn't expecting them to be here. I don't know. I was expecting them to be home because they were with like a teacher, so maybe it was like a preschool or summer school kind of thing, summer camp program. Yeah. So I have a lot of work to do ahead of me, because there's like 20 chapters in that book alone, and then there's like 20 books that vaguely interest me. I haven't looked at all of them yet. I only looked at 2 or 3, and I chose that one because it seemed like the best. It had writers contributing to it who I actually recognized, so that usually is a sign that they kind of know what they're talking about, at least. I've had this sticker, where is it? The I voted sticker, since 2008, when I voted in my first presidential election for Barack Obama. Yeah. And it's only slightly peeling off. Yeah, I'm gonna go get food now because I'm starving, and I'm gonna talk to you along the way. I'm gonna go to Hardee's. Probably shouldn't. I should probably go home and eat there, but I just don't want to eat there. I want food I can eat now. I don't want to cook anything. I don't want like a snack. I want food. These kids are walking in the middle of the road, so they better move. There you go. Drift over to the shoulder. Kiddos. Yeah, but like some of the exercises it was talking about is like writing about minor characters, and it took this like very simple line, like a throwaway line meant to just like shift your point of view, essentially, saying like, and something crossed the street, or something rolled across the street, or something like that. It was just something meant to kind of shift your point of view, not really meant to like intrigue you too much. Though I guess maybe it's meant to intrigue you, but it doesn't. It wouldn't. An amateur writer. Sorry, hiccup. An amateur writer might think it would be intriguing, but it's not. It's just minor detail that we're just gonna skim over, essentially. And so he took that line and he like slowly made it more interesting. Like first he said a person crossed the street, and then they say a woman crossed the street, and they said an Arab woman crossed the street, which would be interesting if you're in like the Midwest. And he said an Arab woman with luxurious black hair crossed the street, and then an Arab woman with luxurious black hair and a purple shawl across the street. And now we're getting into like the more interesting stuff, but still like, what purpose does she serve? Why is she doing it? Why is this important? And then he gets to just kind of interesting details, like an Arab woman with luxurious. Is that a squirrel? No, okay, sorry. I thought I saw a dead squirrel on the road and I felt bad. bad for a second, but it was just a box. But it was like an Arab woman with luxurious black hair and a purple shawl crossed the street rolling a plastic, like some weird kind of detail. And then he gets into like the more like here's a way to illustrate a story more, to give it like more impact for whatever's happening elsewhere in the story. And it could be an Arab woman with luxurious black hair, and don't you dare. Okay, a couple of cyclists were coming towards me, and they were gonna like cut in front of me, even though I hate cyclists. An Arab woman with luxurious black hair and a purple shawl crossed the bomb-shattered street with her hands over her eyes, crying. And something like that could be used to underscore some sort of happier scene earlier in the story that had just happened. It could refract on that, or you could have it could be an expression of the narrator's own sadness, who he can't necessarily express it through himself, or he or she, so he uses this other character, this minor character, to do it for him. And I had other examples, but that was just probably the exercise that he showed himself doing that was the most interesting, and so it was like easiest for me to remember, I guess. But there were also a lot of examples from like George Orwell, Dylan Thomas, John Cheever, some other ones that I all wrote down to look up later, because that's one of the exercises too, just reading how other people do it so that you can figure out how to do it for yourself. And so that's what I'm gonna do later if we don't get to talk today. What I'm gonna focus on, working on minor characters. I did a little bit of the exercise inside and during while in the library, because you can only read so much before not before it gets boring, but before you get you have to do the exercise to actually process them into your head and remember them. So like a lot of the other exercises I just wrote down, but I don't remember them to any great degree. But I did this one because I saw him do it, so obviously I figured, hey, I could do it too. And I don't know that I did it, because I did it just in a vacuum. I didn't do it necessarily as part of a larger story, so it was a little harder than what he was doing, because his seemed to have a greater purpose in mind, as part of a novel. But mine was just kind of, I was looking around and trying to describe the strangers around me in ways that gave them a little characterization, little personality, little depth, a little scene setting, etc. Because it's one of those things that it's like lazy writing if you just make it about the main characters, and you want to have these vivid, interesting minor characters too, just like you want to have vivid, interesting scenery and so writing's a very complicated thing, and it's easy to forget that when you're telling a story, when you know the story, but you have to go back and you have to edit and you have to shore up all the details that could be there that aren't there now, because sorry, I'm talking way too much about this. You're probably not that interested, but it's it's like when you used to talk to me on Skype and review your medical stuff to me, even though I wasn't going to understand any of that. You can definitely understand me more than I could understand any of that. But it's like that. It's like talking to you so that it helps teach me too, right? I'm almost at the drive-thru. That's why I'm being quiet. Not quite there. Too many cars. A lot of cars today. Man, my car sounds really weird. I have to tell my dad about that. Well, at least I can look at what I want now. I'm not even close to there. Sorry, there's just a really big line. I'm almost there, but I don't want to really talk too much, um, and like have them think I'm talking to them, even though I'm not talking that loudly. Um, yeah, I was also looking at what I wanted. I think we should get a half-pound thick burger. Which half a pound? How much is a half a pound? Um, half a kilogram, about a quarter of a kilogram, I think. Something like it. Maybe like 200 point two tenths of a kilogram. Um, because 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So the the math isn't really even right there. So in my head, it's a lot harder to do. No, my head. No, I haven't studied for so long, and it feels like it's like the first day after summer break. Where you go to school and just everything's kind of overwhelming the first real day, anyway. And you're just like, your brain hurts. Uh, I mean, I've been reading, I've been writing, but I guess it's not the same as studying the stuff. Um, so yeah, this is good. I think I'll do this pretty regularly, hopefully, unless I get lazy. Hopefully not. But it would be a good chance to get out of the house, which is good when I'm, you know, worried over you, because we're not in contact as much. So it's a little, it's not the best of things happening right now. Last week was great, and then this week is just absolute. It's going way too long. Man, Hardee's is always like the slowest service, just like the drive-through service. Normally, if you go to like McDonald's, you're there for like 30 seconds and then you're gone. Here, we've already been waiting like 2 minutes, um, and I haven't actually even gotten to order yet. It's only moved up very slightly. Hey, I get to order now.
Alright, how may I help you?
Hi, can I get the number two, half pound?
What drink?
Can I get that plain and a Coke?
Your curly fries?
Yes, please. That'll be it.
Half pound plain with the Coke.
Yes.
$8.49, please pour on.
Okay. I don't know if I got curly fries or not because they asked me, "Do you want curly fries?" But yeah, the sizes. I don't know if I showed you properly yesterday, but the sizes in America. Like yesterday at Burger King, I got a medium, uh, and that thing was huge. Like it was. Let me try and think in fluid ounces or milliliters. It was probably about a liter. It was a liter of cola. I don't know if you've ever seen Super Troopers, which is a great American movie. Um, yeah, it's like a drug-fueled movie. Great, great movie. I mean, maybe it doesn't hold up. It's like one of those movies you see as a teenager, and it's like your first exposure to like crude drug comedy kind of thing. But I think it has some very quotable, very memorable lines. Like this guy Farva, he's like a real idiot. He's the fat, stupid guy of the group. He has like anger issues, all that, and he's ordering, and he's like, I'll take a liter of cola, and the cash guy is like, I don't know if we have that. And so his partner's just like, Farva, just get a large, or no, get a large Farva. That's what his friend said. And he's like, I don't want a goddamn large Farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola. And so the cashier, like some pimply kid, is he's he's like, I'll take a liter of cola. Or he's like, I need a liter of cola. Um, and it's like one of those funny things. I'm not doing it justice, but yeah. But yeah, it's like a liter for the medium. I have no idea what the large is. And then here, they just automatically give you a small, but I'm sure that's going to be huge, you know? It's going to be more than I can take. Probably. It'll probably be like the size of my arm, you know? Um, if it's more than half a liter, then it's way too much soda. I mean, even half a liter would be like, I would expect that to be a large. I mean, I want, when I get a soda, I want it to be like a a bottle of soda or a can of soda, which is like, a can of soda is, in America, it's like 300 milliliters. And I think a bottle is closer to like 500, half a one. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty big.
$8.49.
I'm just waiting. I don't really want to talk to you because then they're gonna come out and think I'm crazy. But yeah. If you notice, whenever I get a straw, I'll I'll bite the tip and like pull off it. And I always have it a little bit in my mouth. It's kind of gross to just like pull it out and toss it somewhere in the car with the other trash because it's been in my mouth. So I usually just eat it. I eat a little bit of paper, which is yeah, a little gross. But it's something I've done since I was like a, a kid, like 10 years old probably. Uh, and I don't know, I never stopped. I don't think most people notice it when I do it either. Or if they do, they don't say anything. Um, I do it around Jordan all the time. I did it in Korea, uh, which is why I don't like those plastic straw sheets. I just like the paper ones. I get a little more. I get a little fiber in my diet. Yeah. I'm so hungry right now. This is why I got half a pound instead of quarter pound or a third pound, whatever it is. This is this I would say is a medium, but it's actually a small. Everything is like upgraded to size, which I mean I guess I shouldn't complain. It's just I don't need it, and you know I'm gonna drink like half of it at least, and I don't want to drink half of it, but I feel obligated to. It's bad for my teeth, bad for my health, bad for my fatness. So I mean everything's bad for my fatness. My whole lifestyle is like I should be a lot fatter than I am right now. So I guess it's good that I'm not too chubby yet. I don't even see the bag. I'm so sad. I really hope I got curly fries. because they asked, "Do you want curly fries?" But it didn't show up as curly fries. It came up as small fries. Why is he in the back? My grandpa used to come here every day when he would visit us, and in his hometown. And he would like sit here for like 3 hours and just have the coffee. Thanks. Yeah, we just have the coffee, which is like, it's like 99 cents for the coffee, but it's free refills, I believe. And he would just like, sit there and drink it. No curly fries. And a lot of traffic. The curly fries are much better at Hardee's than the regular fries. One of the things I miss about Korea is how efficient their construction crews were, where there was never any construction. I mean, there was, but it would last like a week. It wasn't anything that hindered transportation, because that just didn't happen. But we've been doing construction on this road. I'm told. I mean, it's been going on since I've been here, but it's been happening since May. So it's been happening 1, 2, 3 months now, and it's nowhere near done. And it's not like huge construction. It's they're repaving half a kilometer of road, if even that much. And then they're going to put in sidewalks, which they haven't even started on. They haven't even repaved the road yet. It's absolutely nuts. I don't know why they're so slow. American construction crews, which I've worked on a few of them, so I can say this a little accurately. They're absolute garbage. They don't do shit. I have no idea why they're so slow. When I was working on Route 4, which is on the main road, they were repaving the whole thing, which is like 10 miles of road, and they did it over the course of not summer, but over the course of they did it over the course of a year, essentially. They can't work in the winter, so they just kind of got like one side done. I don't know if I can go this way. Shit. We'll see. Yeah, I can't go that way. Man. Don't hit that. Oh, I guess I can't go that way. Because that road is like really, like, you can drive on this road, but it's so bumpy right now, because they've done all this construction on it. And but yeah, what I was saying is they did it over the course of a year, but you can't work in the winter. Like, once it gets to a certain temperature and precipitation level and all that, you have to stop working. And usually that cutoff point is like November, and then they start up again like April. So they were going from like April to November 1 year, and they finished it, but they finished most of it, and a lot of it was like little details that you have to do, like the little painting the lines on the road and the stop bars and all the arrows and everything, things that you might not think about when doing road construction. And they did it pretty quickly while I was there. Like, we would do like a mile a night. But there was a lot of delays where you just wouldn't do anything, and roads would be, like, an entire lane would be closed because they had to, like, they mill it, they, like, take off the top level of the pavement that they're replacing, so that it doesn't keep getting taller and taller. And they would take it off, and then just for a week they would leave it like that and do no more work, and they'd be like, oh, we can't because bureaucratic garbage, is saying we can't work until our budget comes through, and the Republicans are blocking the Democrats want to raise the the health insurance for the pensions for all state employees, and the Republicans wanted to cut back on spending and things that have nothing to do with the road. But because of these other things, these other politics, we couldn't continue working. And so we would just be like, we would have a week off essentially, where we showed up and we didn't do any work. We did no goddamn work for a week. We just sat in there and watched movies. And we sat in like the office and watched movies. And we waited for them to approve the budget. And then we're like, okay. And this would happen like every step, every major step. We would have to wait for them to approve something. And so it was just like a lot of start and stop. Start, stop, start, stop. And yeah, so there was like the last month, I just sat there and did nothing, waiting for the next project to be approved so I could actually do something. It was so goddamn boring, which I'm sure is what's going on with this road, because apparently it happens with all construction projects in America. Yeah, so I'm home now, and I'm going to be going inside. I'll edit these together. I love you, Mary. Yeah, I really hope we get a talk today, soon. Like, actual talk, but also just chatting, longer than a few messages back and forth. I know it's risky and everything, but so I understand. I'm not rushing you. I miss you. Okay. Love you. Bye.